Hey guys, welcome. Okay, so we need to get on with this event. Mutual security enhancing because there is a free weapon, elementary weapon. Special elementary injuries decrease the equipping character elemental master will be increased by 40. And I heard that this is at Leeway, happening at Leeway. Okay. Huh? Why did someone put up a structure here? It looks kind of like... Wait a sec. Fontaine's Mason Garden. Oh, so these guys are from Fontaine. I think. The chiseled face as though a classical sculpture come to life, and an unrivaled aura that surpasses common folk. You must be the commander traveler of whom the rumors speak, no? Wait, what kind of description is this? Your reputation precedes you. I was just thinking of entrusting the Adventurers Guild with sending you a letter, extending an invitation to you to join our meeting, but you somehow seem to have foreseen this. Join what meeting now? You're being so formal. It feels like you're treating Traveler like some kind of super professional warrior? Oh, but you have been far more than mere warriors. You have crossed blades with countless monsters and formidable foes during your journey across 5 nations, and your exploits have been painstakingly recorded and repeatedly analyzed by the armed forces of each nation. Wait, why would they do that? Please don't do that. That is so creepy. It's like a stalking. That is so weird. Whether the Knights of Favonius, Millilith, Shogunate Samurai, Corps of 30, or Mason Gardenet, I still don't know how to read that. I should look that up. Each and every one of the armed services has given nothing but the very highest of marks to your combat abilities and stratagems. Traveler has the capability to lead from the front or command from the rear. If possible, active cooperation must be established with him. Therefore, I, Staff Officer Suding of the Millilith, hereby formally invite you to participate in the war game of 5 armies and assume the post of senior consultant therein. What say you to this proposal? Wait, what kind of is this? The remuneration package for senior consultants is quite considerable, and their totally daily compensation for the duration of the event will be on par with that of a Millilith sergeant. We're talking about money now. And that's the Millilith for you, straight to the point. A sergeant's pay, eh? Now that sounds tempting, but we still don't know what the deal is. We don't know anything about wargaming, but we still don't know what the deal is. Do not be concerned about that. I shall not present a detailed introduction of the event for your benefit. As you have seen, large numbers of monsters still roam the wilderness of Tibet, and they cannot be eradicated in any sort of short time frame. In order to effectively deal with the monster threat, the armed services of our neighboring nations are compiling intel regarding commonly encountered monsters, seeking to analyze the threat they pose and share knowledge among ourselves. To this end, the Millilith General Staff has created tabletop game pieces based on all of monsters in order to stimulate hostile competitions, and from this, analyze our combat capabilities to the best of our ability. For this iteration of the war game, we've invited members serving in various combat units to utilize their own radically different mindsets and perceives to control the game pieces, finding the optimal method to suppress the monster threat. And as you are not part of any of the armies and are a rare tactical genius, you can provide an especially valuable analytical angle, greatly increasing the scope and efficiency of our wargame. I don't know about tactical genius. I mean, we mostly just simply follow orders, you know? We simply go with the flow. We're no tactical genius. You're mistaken, my dude. Paimon gets it. So you guys are having a meeting to discuss the most convenient and safest way to deal with monsters? Now you're talking Paimon's language. After all, we've got first-hand experience dealing with dangerous baddies from all over, and we've also played lots of chess-like board games before. Paimon in her big mouth. If we can have a bunch of countries keep the peace just by playing games like we did before and also get a pile of morale while we're at it, why does that count? Does that count as a whole flock of birds with one stone? Casual game somewhere, save the day. Looks like this time I might want to take things a bit more seriously. Casual game somewhere, save the day. That is precisely the enthusiasm, the ability to calmly rise to any challenge, displaying your awesome skills in solving crises as easily and naturally as breathing. You overestimate us too much. The board is ready, and we can begin the simulation anytime. Let us witness a unique strategic prowess possessed only by a genius commander such as yourself. I am getting nervous. Please no. Please don't. No? Defense scenario, assault scenario. Oh, we're going to choose between the two. But why are we using ruin guards, by the way? Let's go with the assault scenario for now. Complete the scenario. Complete the scenario for 120 seconds. Okay.
I once considered keeping some pets in my office, but soon gave up on the idea. It's just not right to keep small animals where they won't be able to see the sun.
Oh, this girl is from Fontaine. Serenit, the Special Service Security Surveillance Patrol reporting to Protoboss. Protoboss? Excuse me? Greetings. Seeing that you're participating too really makes the trip down here totally worth it. Since when did I become a Protoboss? That's Captain Chevries and Captain Rockchart assessment of you. The highest acknowledgement of both the Special Patrol and the Guard. You've been promoted from boss level force to proto boss. That means not only are your fighting skills up to par, but you're the cream of the crop when it comes to commanding as well. Doesn't the fact that the staff officer from the middle is sitting invited you to join prove it? The simulation was pretty interesting. I got to see some of the greatest fighters from other countries for myself, and how they dealt with monsters was simply dazzling. It was just like all the stuff you showed me before. Oh, sorry, I know you're a super busy bee buzzing all over, so you might not be able to remember right away. When I was playing Little Fungi Fantastic Fiesta before, you gave me the gift of your insight. Oh. And during the Finalia Film Festival, you showed me just what a real Top Gun can do in our 1,000-pace interdiction arc-minute sharpshooting zone promotional event. Oh, the minigame. That was a genuine revelation. I made pretty significant progress lately and haven't had too many missions on my docket. So when Captain Chevrolet and Captain Grossrockard got the invitation, they decided to send me as a representative. The patrol members he taught are all slowly getting better. I'm working hard to become an outstanding sharpshooter capable of helping you. Trust me, the time you spent helping wasn't wasted on me. Hey, give yourself some credit too. You're simply too kind, Proto Boss. Anyway, I just can't thank you enough. I'll be joining in a few more simulations over the next few days. The mini monsters they use each time are different, and it kind of feels like my brain is playing in a series of magnificent tactical plays. An honor to make your acquaintance, esteemed guest of the Commissioner. Having observed your distinguished person making such amiable conversation with soothing senpai. I hope to be able to listen quietly and learn. Oh, so all the nations are actually gathered here. And yeah, there's also the Favonius Knight. The Commissioner. The name is Kuromaru, and I am at your service. I am of the Yashiro Commission. It was my great honor to have heard the Commissioner and Miss Kamisato speak of your deeds. Courage, righteousness, and etiquette, integrity, elegance, kindness, wisdom. In each of these areas, you are a role model for all to emulate. Is that really what Ayato and Yaga said about me? Oh, stop it. You're embarrassing. Yes, I'm definitely for sure they wouldn't say something like that. And such humility as well. This virtue is She is worthy of study. If only I had the fortune to meet you sooner. The scale of this exchange is not large, but its small size believes its great significance. The Commissioner General Kujo discussed it thoroughly before selecting myself as a representative of the delegation. I was once in charge of leading a platoon to clear out the monsters and bandits in the mountains. I suffered few setbacks, and I considered my martial skills to be superb, until the last Warrior Spirit sword fighting exhibition, in which my skills were edged out by Hirotatsu senpai, and I was unable to take part in the official competition. It was only then that I understood the meaning of humility. I was very fortunate that the commissioner believed that although I could not reach the apex of swordsmanship, I could still lead soldiers into battle and have great potential in the area of eradicating monsters. For this reason, I was gifted with this opportunity. It wasn't until after I came to Leeway that I realized that there is always someone out there who is better and that those with consummate martial prowess are beyond count, just like Soothing Senpai, who is not only exceptional with the spear, but also a master of tactics. Truly, there are masters everywhere. It's good to get out, travel, see the world, learn a bit. Should there be a convenient conjunction in the future, I hope you can recommend a few places suited towards expanding one's knowledge of martial disciplines to me. My gratitude would be beyond words. What have you learned so far? My most profound understanding has been the balance between bravery and strategy. You should know well that Inazuma is a land of many islands, and when two sides clash, it often evolves into a series of groups of soldiers engaged in duels. In such situations, morale is of the utmost importance. In order to boost troop morale, the leader of the army must often take the lead, heroically charging the enemy with limitless courage. This seems to have almost become a convention. However, under the guidance of Soothing Senpai, I realized that if we follow such practices in every battle, then if we face with powerful monsters, the overall battlefield situation could spiral out of control. If, while leading my troops, I were to directly engage a Thunderhelm Lawaturl, then I would certainly be hard-pressed and might survive by the skin of my teeth. The morale of the other soldiers would plummet, and they might even panic. Therefore, strategy and bravery must be balanced. Though it may be difficult to form a continuous line of battle, cooperation between individual soldiers must be emphasized. Dividing and conquering, giving the order at the opportune moment, deciding as the leader when to advance and when to retreat, these are countless methods. If you do not mind, then please allow me to watch you closely when you participate in the war games. Okay, about the special patrol in the simulation. Actually, this isn't our first time working with the Millelith. As you know, Lumido Harbor and Yilong Wharf are just across the sea from each other. So we have a long-standing working relationship to maintain order and guarantee the safety of shipping. So after Captain Chevrolet got the letter, she was pretty stoked. After all, every time we work together, both sides learn a lot about tactics and tech from one another. For example, let me think. Before, we learned about different military formations with layered ranks, and so we improve our own rank volley fire, stabilizing the rhythm of our musket volleys. And for their part, the millet improved their own equipment by studying our muskets, allowing them to better deal with criminals who may have smuggled in firearms or ruined machines that utilize similar weaponry. I've heard that some millet smiths are researching a type of armor that consists of piecing together blocks of a specially fired type of ceramic between two pieces of a particularly sturdy hardened fabric. That way, when bullets strike the armor, they would first disintegrate upon striking the outmost layer, causing the projectile to lose its structural integrity and greatly reducing its penetrative power. Isn't that the what you call it? The vest jacket? No, wait. Term is different. Uh, bulletproof vest. Oh, that's right. That's what it was called. As the bullet continues onward, the ceramic plate in the middle will break, absorbing the vast majority of the impact, and finally the powerless, deformed bullets will stop by the final layer of armor. Against muskets with a small enough caliber and light enough ammo, you could get shot at point blank range and the bullet still might not get through. That sounds pretty nifty. Aha! For that, you'll have to ask our Mulet friends. I expect armor like that costs a fortune, and it may be difficult to manufacture on a large scale. Also, it may be too heavy for ordinary people. Though according to legend, the Mulet that fought in the Great War way long ago wore armor that was heavier than the Gardemag, and their weapons were comparable to naval artillery. So it probably isn't too heavy for them. And ordinary musketeers wouldn't have a chance at hitting someone as skilled as you. So you probably don't need extra protection like that. Wow, thank you very much for rejecting me having that kind of uh safety gear. Thank you very much, Turena. And what about you, Phonia? We meet again on an rare night. When Sudi mentioned he planned on inviting a reliable asset expert to join us, I immediately thought of you. Sorry, I don't remember you very. I feel like I've seen you before. How do you think the war game is going? I feel like I've seen you before. That's right, we've met once before while I was executing the... What's that? Annihilate the invasive anglers operation. Wait. When was that? What event was that? Was that an event? Since then, I've been carrying out experiments with advanced chemical detection equipment as planned and have worked with the reconnaissance company and outriders on numerous occasions. Over time, I slowly became a slightly more important cog in the Knights of Favonia's intelligence machine, and that's why I was chosen to participate in this event. Who knows, maybe the next time you return to the Knights to take on a commission, the intel I gather will be useful to you. Oh, wait. Sorry, I don't remember it well. That's fine. After all, I'm just a cog in the machine. Officers don't necessarily have to remember the name of everyone serving under them, just their positions and duties. That's enough to be able to effectively give orders. I'm Phonia, formerly a signals officer of the investigative team. I'm responsible for testing alchemical instruments developed by Captain Albedo and exploring the uses of remote reconnaissance technology. However, in light of how the Knights of Avonis have updated their tactics and the staffing structure now that some units from the expeditionary force have returned. Oh, she's talking about Mika. Yeah, Mika did return, and of course, certainly for sure, Mika will not be the only one to have returned from the expedition. Captain Abida applied to have me assigned to the reorganized 7th Company. The 7th Company is separately designated as Combined Arms Company, which integrates knights with a range of capabilities into a single combat unit with a balance of range and melee firepower. Such a unit is also very reliant on reconnaissance. Yeah, Mika is also that. He is part of the reconnaissance team after all. It definitely is Mika. When the time comes, the Expeditionary Forces Number 2, the venerable Commander Frederica Gunlier, might become our company's captain. Frederica? Oh. Gunhill. Wait, isn't this actually... Uh, Barbara's family, isn't it? Barbara and Jean's family? Is is that it, or is it Eula? Hmm. After all, Commander Frederica has served far longer than many knights have been alive, and her experience in battle is unmatched. It wouldn't be too much to say she is perfectly suited for leadership. Ah, Jean, right? It is Jean. It's Jean and Barbara's family. So, a bold guess. Maybe this Frederica would be a new playable character, because why else would they mention such a name? Isn't that also Jean's last name? Correct. Commander Frederica is the acting Grandmaster's mother. What? Wait. Commander Frederica is the acting Grandmaster's mother, Jean's mother, and is famous throughout Mondstadt. She's been on active duty in the front lines for decades on end, never tiring or slowing. When the youth of Mondstadt talk of their dreams of being a hero, the name Frederica is never far from their lips. And I was one of them. When I joined the Knights of Favonius, it was because of my admiration for Commander Frederica. Of course, I later realized that I was only talented enough to be just one more cog in the machine. As for the heroic protagonists of the storybooks that can take on 100 foes all alone, that's another story. Jean's mother might become a captain? That's only my speculation as signals officer. As I see it, the Seven Company will likely be one of the most formidable units, and so Commander Frederica would be the most suitable candidate for captain. Oh, wait. So, you're telling me, Commander, that captain is actually higher than commander? Hmm. Well, I have no idea about the structure of the military of the Favonius, the Knights of Favonius. So yeah, and I have no intention of studying such a thing. I don't want to know. Though Commander Frederica's position in the Knights of Favonius long surpassed any ordinary captain, she doesn't seem to like pushing paperwork around and insists on staying on the front lines, toe to toe with Post. Oh, unlike Jean, who's fine with dealing with the paperwork. In principle, the Knights of Favonius value ability and experience equally, so after she returns, perhaps we'll see the acting Grandmaster giving orders to Commander Frederica. The two of them should have absolute seamless synergy. I'm not sure about it, but I heard once that Barbara and Jean actually grew up separately, if I remember correctly. Hmm. But wait a minute. From what I'm getting, Frederica, Jean's mother, I wonder if she is also part part of the expedition team. You know, with Vargas. Oh wait, is that from Sumeru? This guy? Each round of the table that market provides valuable intel and can be used as a reference of overall security. Excellent. The board will be reset after each board game, so you can start over whenever you like. Wait, let's talk to this first. To this guy first. Hello, friend of the General Mahamatra and the Flame Main. I represent the course of 30 delegation. Allow me to extend my greetings to you. You know me? Surely you jest. You once participated in a commercial event in Port Ormuz and assisted the Corps of 30 in arresting a crafty criminal and his scholarly accomplice. Scholarly accomplice. Oh. Well, I'm still stuck in Sumeru anyway. Your your performance during that operation so bold wisdom and bravery, and every mercenary you heard tell of your deeds considers you the best of the best. It looks like you never ceased in your unsparing efforts, and the amount of criminals you've dealt with is staggering. Those two scoundrels barely even register in your memory. No need to bring up the past. That is so. We should always look ahead. The flame main often says much the same. Ah, the flame main they're talking about is uh it's Daya, right? I know what they look like, but their names elude me, okay? Of course, the General Mahamatra is Sino. That yeah, it's kind of unforgettable considering the fact that I watched Sino's English VA Sayu. Anyways, everyone in the course of 30 greatly respects the flame mage. She has looked out for many of our brothers, and many of our number have followed her into battle. If she had a bit more patience for paperwork and rules, then perhaps she could have come with us to visit Liyue and learn. Sparring with experts with completely different styles, learning new skills, not to mention Liyue cuisine should be to her liking. Everything is new. It's quite refreshing. Dan will bring her some food from Liyue next time. I'll invite her here when I get the chance. Well, I'm certainly for sure she wouldn't want to come here unless she could bring her charge, you know? She is on bodyguard duty. Stop by the Citadel Regstar when you've got some time. Piece of meat and chew the fat with the brothers of the corpse 30. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. What else can you tell me? Yes, of course, I started to learn from the war game. You've touched on a critical issue. From our cooperation thus far, I've observed a massive gap in the degree of organization. As everyone knows, the Course of 30 is one branch of the many Eremite organizations. They're responsible for the defense of Sumeru's cities. The management of manpower, training, and supplies is fairly relaxed. Personally, I envy the Millilith. They have a huge factory in Blackcliff Forge and can guarantee a supply of all kinds of high quality weapons and other equipment. Blackcliff Forge. Is that area already opened? As mercenaries, I mostly rely on individual blacksmiths operating their own forges. We may hope to get a deal and buy a good weapon, but most can't compete with the fully finished products from Leroy's factory. The academia is pretty straightforward when it comes to payment, but if we were to ask them to set up a dedicated department, everything from purchasing raw materials to production and processing, it's not likely. Not to mention the Millilith provides standardized training to all their soldiers with strict assessment standards, while most mercs are just trying to make a living. There's all levels of skill among us. Anyway, in addition to tactical considerations, when dealing with monsters, there's lots of things that need to be considered. Wow. About this war game, Lord Kayam proposed holding this war game to Lady Tianqian. It is a trial conference of meeting scope, but it would be sufficient to access the veracity of utilizing miniaturized simulations to obtain intelligence. Tianqian. This uh Tianqian. Oh right, it's Ningguang. Kiching is known as the Yuhang. Yuhang. Right, right. Lady Yuhang sent letters of invitation to the even even Kuching is mentioned. Invitation to the armed services of our neighboring nations in order to deepen our cooperation, introduce new variables, and expand the intel that the exercise could provide. But yeah, looking at the members of the Liu Qixing, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are actually 7 of them, and we only know 3 of them. Interesting. Improving the security of our neighbors can also reduce the risk of merchant caravans being attacked on the road, which will in turn be beneficial for expanding the scale of commercial relations. Naturally, cooperation will be limited to an appropriate level. The Millet will not share the means at our disposal of protecting our homeland, and the other armies all have their own unique capabilities. This is part of the reason that no game piece modeled after any of our own combat units are among those to be used in the war game. After all, the primary objective of the simulation is to assess schools of thought related to formations and development, building mutual trust, finding common ground, and working together for the betterment of all are what I understand to be goals of our cooperation. Tell me about yourself. Oh my god, this is too much. Let's just go and play for now. After selecting a combat unit, it can be deployed within your base staging area. When you are selecting combat units, you can jump to cancel your selection. After combat units have been deployed, they will automatically engage the enemy. Leadership skill usage will be replenished over time and may have up to 2 usages at once. Tap to use the skill immediately or hold to aim the skill while aiming, sprint, or jump to cancel using it. Different types of combat units suppress other types of units. AoE damage units have a significant advantage against squad units. At the same time, melee units suppress ranged units. Ranged units suppress flying units, and flying units suppress melee units. Oh, this is so complicated. Melee units are more resilient in battle, able to absorb more damage and protect other units to an extent. Well, there are only one type right now. Oh. Oh. Well, I only have these. Press to set combat units. Suppression rules. Oh my gosh, this is going over my head. This is going way over my head. But there's a weapon reward. I thought that this would be like a main event or something, but it doesn't seem so considering the fact that it's not voiced. During assault scenarios, your goal is to use combat units to destroy the opposing base. In a short period of time, the stronghold mechanism destroyed it will be reset with the opposing side stronghold mechanism. Here can be deployed near your own stronghold. Oh, it's like...
Fry!
Deploy within your...
Fry! Fry!
Oh, I am just here to give command. Okay. I can only deploy from
Fry! Fry!
Let's end this now!
Fry! Fry!
We'll
Fry!
meet again.
Oh. Let's go for the second one. Not bad, but as always, the first would always be the the practice one. These are mostly flight units. So there is a recommended. It is a blazing. Okay. And then we're gonna go over the defense area and do 2 of the stages in the defense. When there are only units from a single faction nearby, the stronghold flag will be captured by the faction after a certain period. The faction control the flag gains deployable units 25 faster. When you control the flag, you can deploy units nearby. Okay. Oh, God.
Fall before me!
And I can deploy from this area now because we have a...
Cut down! Like this. Finally,
Go.
fall before me!
This is so messy. This is so messy. This is so messy. Okay. Okay, that's check mark. Now let's go to the defense side. Build an AA umbrella. Um, Sweeping wind. Okay. So I can't really after combat units are defeated, they will drop support beacons. Support beacons can be used to deploy ally during defense scenarios when deploying combat units. Their defensive zones will be visible. Once the opponent enters the zone, the unit will lock onto the initiate combat against them. Okay. Left flank, center. Oh, I need to fix this up. I see. So these two are the only. Center. Opponents and now on the left. Oh no.
Let's end this now! We'll meet again. We'll meet again. When will I finally make my fortune?
Based on them.
The treasure.
Oh, they did.
Where's the
They
treasure?
did show up.
Fry!
Right?
Let's end this now! We'll meet again.
Okay. So I can't really even the skill. Is this the center?
The perfect distance!
Wow. They're being dominated by the healers.
Like this. Finally, I... No.
Dang. Standard. Well, I don't have the unit that it says here.
Going somewhere?
Hey, where are you going?
Fry! Fall before me! Fry! Fry!
Yo.
Fry! Fry! Perfect distance! Fry! Going somewhere? Fry! Fall before me! Fry! Fry!
Did put it right. Oh no, this one is hydro, so oh no.
Fall before me! Fry! Feel my blade! Fall before me! To the very...
Oh no.
You win!
A support chicken. Go, go.
The perfect distance!
Oh no.
Fall before me! Going somewhere? Finally, I...
God, that was so close. Really, it's so hard for the defense is hard. That's why I always want to go on the offensive. Why is this already ending? What? I've only done about two of each. You are kidding me. That was... Thanks to the both of you, Traveler, and your most talented helper. In the course of observing this war games, we've seen all sorts of combat strategies put into practice and a wide range of complex scenarios that we can analyze and learn from. And I didn't even talk to him fully because he still has some options to talk about. Now we just need to broaden our model by taking into account the different types of soldiers and their special traits. We'll then be able to create a variety of scenario-based training manuals for different units to study. If the two of you are interested, I'd be happy to provide you with said manuals next time we meet. That way, you'll be able to try out different scenarios in your spare time. So that's it. It's like, it feels like we just got started. Yeah, exactly. It feels like we just started. Finally finished, all thanks to me. I mean, Paimon and me. So we know the two of you are very busy, so we tried to cut down on the number of similar scenarios so it didn't get too repetitive. Of course, if you haven't had enough, you're welcome to come back and keep playing anytime. Anyway, on behalf of the Middle General Staff and the representative of all the other participating entities, allow me to express my sincere gratitude. With any luck, we'll get a chance to work with you again in the future. That way, we shall get even better at wiping out monsters and securing our land. I'd be delighted to help. Hey, everything's gone so smoothly. Not only did we manage to strengthen our connections with various groups we've met before, but we help people all across the bat too. Besides, Paimon's learned a lot from watching you wargame. If we have some time to kill at some point, maybe we can come back and test out some more scenarios. Such as, if an Abyss Mage had to fight it out against the Great Snowboard King, who would win? Of course, it'll be the Great Snowboard. Is that a question? I'm definitely for sure the Great Snowboard would be the one to win. I mean, that snowboard just runs over left. Hits like a truck. Or who has the hardest head? A Ruin Guard or a Geo Bishop? Oh. Hardest head. No. That's a good question actually. Although I'm more inclined on the Geo Bishop, but I mean a Ruin Guard. If you hit the Ruin Guard in the head and hit the core, well, they'd go down immediately. I forgot to ask, you mentioned the Middle General Staff. Oh, that's just what we tend to call it. After all, it hasn't actually been around that long. After the battle with Base? Is that the wife of the of the other one? Lady Yu Hang conferred with the other cheesing officers and decided it was high time to reorganize the milit's chain of command. Like it's the female what you would call it? The one that had several heads. Right, the wife of Asayo, the sea monster. Anyways, Leo has had no lack of military advisors since ancient times. Most commander strategies would work alone. The wisdom and influence that any one individual can bring to bear is, in truth, very limited. Based on intel gathered from all over Teyvat, Lady Yuhong established this department as a way of bringing consultants and advisors together, streamlining the process of dividing up work. This way, advisors will get to analyze more accurately intel so that the battle plans they create can be watertight as possible. They'll also be able to hand over their findings to the troops with great precision. Not sure I understand. I see. I see. It's alright, given your status. Lady Yuang will explain it all to you in terms both comprehensive and comprehensible the next time you see her. I also hope our intel will prove useful to you someday. Actually, what's scenario-based training? is a concept that the Lady Yuhong has been promoting, a product of synthesizing intel from multiple sources. You can see it as a tool to help facilitate comprehensive assessment and training. It allows you to test a soldier's ability to organize, deploy, and command their military forces from a variety of different angles. The manuals might make for dense reading, though. The assessment process is stricter than with this tabletop war games, but there's much to be gained from running through the scenarios. I think I'll pass. That generally sounds very useful. This is so complicated stuff. I rather someone. I am more of a show me person instead of a read me person. I think I'll pass. No matter, I've heard that you've had a lot of very important things on your plate recently. Maybe you'll be willing to come try it out when you have the time. Anyway, back to what we were talking about. Based on how these war games have panned out, writing up all the scenarios will likely be slow going. I'll do my best though. Yeah, good luck, Suding. You're a great person for having such patience. What? Cam cable? Cam and cables of law. CloudForge. CloudForge reminds me of Cloud Retainer. If you know it. It can't be, could it? No, it's not. Anyways, so for the next days, the next days I will be progressing the stages by 2. I think that would be better. Where is the Blackcliff Forge? Kingsu Pool, Mount Tianheng, Luhua Pool, Mingyun Village, Donggate, Kingsa Village, Chaoyang Village, Mount Lingmen, Yilong Wharf, Jade Mouth, Shizhen Wall. Masyunlan. So the Blackcliff Forge isn't around yet. Because I don't see it on the map. Union Forest, that's not it. Yeah, maybe it's around here or somewhere here. I really should get started on the waypoint. Anyways.
Have you ever seen these stickers on my back?
All right. Got it.
Favor and take them off. Malazines like to play pranks sometimes.
Yeah, so that is it for today's video. I'll see you guys in the next one.